What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, give it a like, and if you're new, want to subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Now, let's get into this video. Listen, what are the Panthers doing? Just gonna make a quick video about this, man. Listen, what are the Panthers doing in their front office? So you get rid of Greg Olsen, Luke Kuechly retires. You got free agents like, James Bradbury, Trey Boston, the crew, Eric Reed. I mean, you got this team is looking like they're getting a lot younger. And you guys decided to bring Cam Newton back. Now, now one thing is you can't deny Cam Newton talent. You can't. Like I said a week ago or 2 weeks ago when I said, Cam Newton will be in the Los Angeles Charger uniform. I said that because he still got the talent to be that superstar quarterback we saw in 2015, even though he might not be as athletic yet still, but he can still be a top 10 quarterback. I think if Cam Newton is fully healthy, I think Cam Newton can still be a top 10 quarterback. We saw the last time he was fully healthy 2 years ago when the Panthers were 6-2. I mean, he was precise passing the ball. He was completing like 66, 67% of his passes in that new North Turner system. But my thing is, to bring him back, what are you bringing Cam Newton back to? I know they're encouraged by his rehabbing and his process, and they think that he can get back to fully healthy Cam Newton. But let's say Cam Newton does come back fully healthy. Is this really a championship contender team? You lose a Greg Olsen, cool. Luke Kuechly retires. It's going to take a while. That defense is going to suffer without Luke Kuechly. Their defense last year struggled, especially against the pass. Now you're losing your middle linebacker, the leader of your defense. It's not going to improve. It's not. You can't find a middle linebacker in free agency or in the draft to come and replace Luke Kuechly. James Bradbury is probably going to lose one or both of the safeties. This team looks like it's in full rebuild. You got a new owner, new GM, new head coach. It's really surprising that they will bring in, Cam Newton, who's getting up there in age. I know Cam Newton is up there in age. I'm not sure if Cam Newton wants to waste his time. Like, as a Cam Newton fan, I don't want to see him waste 2, 3, 4 years where he could be competing with some other teams. Put Cam Newton on the Chargers. They're a contender team. Put Cam Newton, fully healthy Cam Newton, on the Colts. They're a contender. You put Cam Newton, a fully healthy Cam Newton, on the Chicago Bears. They're contenders. I just don't want to see Cam Newton the rest of his, I would say, prime years, because he's 30 years old. Quarterbacks, they can play until they're 35, 40. Even though Cam Newton has injury history, I think he still has 4, 5, 6 more good years left in him. I don't want to see those, 3 of those 5, 6 years get wasted with a bad team around them. I want to see Cam Newton get another chance to compete. I want him to get another chance to try to get back to the Super Bowl where he can redeem himself, a half decade ago versus the Broncos. I want to see him, get back on top, man. And I just don't think the Panthers are. I don't think it's a good fit for either situation. Like I said, Cam Newton, I think he's ready to win. You got some young offensive pieces there that can be somewhat successful. Of course, CMC, possibly the best running back in the NFL. You got DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel. You have some talent. But at the end of the day, I like the other options. I'd rather see Cam Newton in the Chargers uniform. I'd rather see him in the Bears uniform. I'd rather see him in the Colts uniform. And the Panthers already said that this is going to be a rebuilding year. So I know Cam Newton, he is the Panthers, he is Carolina. He's the best player in Panthers history, if you ask me. And that's no shade to Steve Smith or Julius Peppers. That's no shade to them. But Cam Newton has carried this organization this decade. What was the Panthers before Cam Newton? They went to the Super Bowl in the early 2000s versus the Patriots, lost with Jake Delhomme. Then they had that bum Jimmy Clausen. You know what I mean, who even remembers Jimmy Clausen? Can anybody besides Panther fans and Notre Dame fans, remember who Jimmy Clausen was? Exactly, that's my point. You know what I'm saying? So Cam Newton has carried this organization to a winning organization. I mean, they've been to the playoffs, 4 times the past decade, 4 or 5 times the past decade, made it to a Super Bowl, could have won. I mean, it just seems like this team is going totally away from what they were the previous decade. And I just think it's best for both sides to part ways. I mean, if you're the Carolina Panthers, you're going to be looking for one of these young quarterbacks in the draft, like a Justin Herbert. Who knows? Maybe you get a Tua Tagovailoa. You're looking at a Jalen Hurts. Or, you got Kyle Allen, who, has some promising games. I mean, he looked pretty bad for most of the games, but he had a few promising games last year. So you had Kyle Allen. You have Will Grier, who was supposed to be one of the top QBs in the previous draft. So, overall, I just don't like the situation for either sides and for either parties, man. I just want to see Superman. I just want to see Superman Cam Newton get back to being Superman. And I just don't think that's in Carolina. And that's no shade to my Panthers fans, all right? Panthers fans are great. They're loyal, and they show some love. But I think at the end of the day, if you guys are going to rebuild, you got to rebuild. You can't be half pregnant, man. You just can't. You can't be half pregnant. You either rebuilding or you contending. And if you have Cam Newton, you should be contending. But that's not what it's looking like. And I guess we'll see how things play out in the draft, see how things play in free agency. But right now, I just don't see the Panthers as a contending team. So I don't want to see Cam Newton's career just rot in Carolina. I think it's best for him to get a change of scenery. I would love for it to be out in the West Coast with the Chargers. Both sides could use that. Cam Newton wants to prove himself as a top quarterback, and the LA Chargers need ticket sales. They need fans. If you bring in a Cam Newton, you're going to get fans. There's a lot of Cam Newton fans. There's a lot of haters that'll get people speaking about the Chargers, and there can be some success there. But it looks like that's not the case because a few hours ago, Ian Rappaport, like he said, it seems like Cam Newton is going to be in the Panthers uniform going to next year with a new contract. So, we'll see how that plays out. But at the end of the day, I just don't like it. But that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm the Phenomenal, and I'm out. Deuces.